Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Miss.
How are you today?
I'm fine, Miss. Thank you. And you?
I'm fine too.
And you?
Yes, I'm good. Okay, before we start our class, we say Basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrohmanirrohim.
Okay, I will start. You're absent. Please say present if I call your name. Okay, for your first is Arina Sipertiwi.
Present now.
Okay, the next is Alvina Kusnulida.
Present, Miss.
Okay, all of you join meeting today. So today, last week we learned about the narrative text, but in the reading. So I will prepare the material about the narrative text. We review material last week. So the purpose of narrative text is to entertain, stimulate, modify, get, teach. And the next, you are also remember the structure of the narrative text is the orientation, the complications, the resolutions, and the coda. So we continue the lesson. So when you are writing the narrative text, you can use the first is action verb. What is the action verb? Jadi kata kerja yang menunjukkan sebuah aksi itu kata example dari katanya yaitu yang pertama found, wondered, throw, tremble, and the second is saying verb. You can also in the narrative text in the sentence you can see this word. The example is the said, whispered, and yelled. And the next is past tense. This is very important when you are writing narrative text. Jadi ketika menulis sebuah teks naratif itu sangat penting untuk menggunakan past tense. Itu example dari katanya yaitu yang pertama came across, stumble, took, and when. You can also the arrived. And the next is the quotation speech. What is the quotation speech? Quotation speech is adalah kalimat langsung. So for the example is the I whispered, it'll be alright. Jadi di situ ada tanda petik. Jadi kalimat langsung adalah tandanya itu ada tanda petik. And the reporter speech itu adalah kebalikan dari quotation speech, yaitu kalimat tidak langsung. Example dari kalimatnya adalah. And the next, what is narrative writing? The narrative writings tells a story or part of story. Jadi menulis naratif itu menceritakan sebuah cerita atau bagian dari cerita. Includes yaitu meliputi the first is plot, conflict, characterization, settings, theme, point of view, sequence, and transition. In the next is the example of narrative writing. The first is the novel, short story. Jadi short story ini tuh banyak jenisnya. You can put your experience or the animal story or the legend. And the next is the biography, autobiography, historical account, poems, drama, or play. The next is writing tips. You must to remember when you are writing the narrative text. For the first is the beginning. Jadi yang pertama, bagian pertama itu where you introduce the character, set the scene, and then set up the problem. Jadi kamu memperkenalkan karakternya itu siapa, set the scene, tempatnya itu di mana, and set up the problem. Memperkenalkan masalahnya itu bagaimana dalam cerita tersebut. And the second is the middle. Di bagian pertengahan ini, in which the hero has to deal with the problem. Jadi bagaimana masalah itu akan diselesaikan. And the next, and the last is the end, where the character sort out the problem or not. And the story finish. Jadi di akhir dari cerita tersebut adalah apakah cerita tersebut happy ending or sad ending. In the next, we will exercise. Jadi selanjutnya adalah kalian akan membuat latihan menulis text writing narrative text. We will join again after you finish the writing and your presentation, your writing. Okay. Okay. You are finished to writing, right? And I will
Miss.
use of you to share your writing and read. For the first is Alfina Husnurida. You can share your writing.
Okay. Yesterday, Mr. Hubert had a very rough day. In the morning, she went to the kitchen and looked in the cupboards for some food for her dog, but the cupboard was empty. Her poor dog stared up at her with its hungry eyes, and she knew she had to do something quickly. She hurried to the grocery store to buy some dog food, but unfortunately, the store was out of her dog's favorite brand, so he had to catch a bus downtown. After buying the food, she waited for a half hour in the rain to get a taxi. When she finally got home, her dog was sound asleep on the living room sofa.
Okay, in the next, Alina Sri Pertiwi.
Okay, Miss. Please wait, Miss.
Okay.
Last month, I went to Yogyakarta for my aunt's wedding ceremony. I stayed there for a week, even though the ceremony only took 2 days. I spent the rest of a week sightseeing and shopping. The first day of my arrival was very hectic since of the night. We had to be ready for the welcoming ceremony at Aunt's parents' house. The ceremony started with the arrival of the groom to be and his family. The next day, just after dawn, he we head to the reception place, which was a classical hotel of Yogyakarta. My aunt has rented the auditorium in the hotel for the reception party. A third until fifth day, I spent my time sightseeing around Yogyakarta and also shopping. The last day in Yogyakarta, my aunt invited all the families for lunch in a nice place with served gudeg. We were we were ready to back to Jakarta. I was also happy to going home since I was a little bit of money of the shopping.
Okay, for today, we are the lesson about the writing narrative text, and you exercise for the writing narrative text. Okay, I will give you the assignment for the next week. Uh, you can see in the book for page 37. Uh, your excitement for the next week. Okay, we close our meeting today before we say hamdalah together.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Alhamdulillahirobbilalamin.
Okay, we can meet next week, and I will say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.